promise of strength and presence. Isaiah 41 verse 10 is one of the most powerful promises in Scripture, offering assurance to believers that God is always with them. It is a verse of encouragement, promising strength, help, and divine support. 1. Do not fear, for I am with you. Fear is a natural human emotion, but God repeatedly tells his people not to be afraid. The reason? He is with them. This truth is demonstrated throughout Scripture. Joshua facing the Promised Land. When Joshua was about to lead the Israelites into the Promised Land, he might have felt overwhelmed. However, God assured him in Joshua 1 verse 9, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Joshua had to trust in God's presence just as we do today. Fear loses its grip when we recognize that the Almighty walks beside us. 2. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. To be dismayed means to be discouraged, confused, or overwhelmed. But God reminds us that He is our God, our guide, protector, and provider. Elijah in despair. In 1 Kings 19, after Elijah's great victory over the prophets of Baal, he fled in fear from Queen Jezebel. He was dismayed, feeling alone and defeated. Yet, God met him in a gentle whisper, reassuring him of His presence and purpose. When we are dismayed, we must remember that the same God who led Elijah through despair leads us today. 3. I will strengthen you. God does not expect us to rely on our strength. Instead, He promises to strengthen us. David and Goliath. David, a young shepherd, faced the giant Goliath in 1 Samuel 17. He did not depend on his ability but on God's strength. "You come against me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty." 1 Samuel 17 verse 45. David's victory was not because of his skill, but because God strengthened him. Likewise, our battles are won not by our power, but by God's might. 4. I will help you. God not only strengthens us but actively helps us. He intervenes, providing exactly what we need. The Israelites at the Red Sea. When the Israelites were trapped between Pharaoh's army and the Red Sea, God miraculously parted the waters, Exodus 14. They could do nothing to save themselves, yet God helped them in a way they never expected. Even today He makes a way where there seems to be none. 5. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. God's right hand symbolizes power, authority, and righteousness. When He holds us, we are safe and secure. Peter walking on water. In Matthew 14 verses 30 to 31, Peter walked on water toward Jesus. But when he saw the wind and waves, he began to sink. Immediately, Jesus reached out His hand and caught him. This is the promise of Isaiah 41 verse 10. God upholds us even when our faith wavers. Isaiah 41 verse 10 is not just a verse but a divine declaration. God is with us, strengthens us, helps us, and upholds us. Just as He was with Joshua, Elijah, David, the Israelites, and Peter, He is with us today. Whenever fear or discouragement comes, we can stand firm on this promise. God is in control and He will never leave us.